Welcome to us.
私なんて泣いてるんだろう心になんて答えたらいい言葉はいつでも語るでもなくてそこにあるばかり募るばかり私はあなた Huh? 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 Huh?
Palm and ultimate exercises that I have for you in this video. Again, this is a 10-minute routine. I'm going to run you through the entire thing and we're going to do it right now. Let's get started with some active range of motion exercises at your wrist. I'll hit start on my timer and we're going to flex the wrist down in this position as far as you comfortably can, and then we're going to pull it back up into this position as far as you comfortably can. Just nice and slow, nice and in control, and we're going to do that for 1 minute. Now, with carpal tunnel syndrome, typically the further you extend back in this position, the more aggravation that causes. And so again, we're just trying to keep this in a nice, comfortable, pain-free range. And what I found is most people are more tolerant to this if we decrease tension in our tendons. And so I've got a fist, I've just got a very loose fist that I'm doing right here. If that feels okay, the further I extend my fingers out this way, the more stress that kind of causes in those tendons. But again, we're just trying to warm things up. And so what I want you to do is try to keep that in a nice, comfortable, pain-free range as much as possible. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now what we're going to do is a motion called radial and ulnar deviation. So I'm going to set my timer. There we go. I'm going to bring my hand up and then I'm just going to tuck down towards my pinky and then pull up towards my thumb. So it looks just like this. Down towards my pinky, up towards my thumb. Keep your arm in a nice relaxed position. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. You don't have to hold it out like I was doing. I was simply doing that for demonstration purposes, just so that you could see it a little bit better. But really, whatever is comfortable, we're just gonna go up and down at the wrist, pull up towards the thumb, pull down towards the pinky, and we're gonna do that one for 60 seconds. Again, the objective here is to keep things as loose and pain-free as you can, just nice and easy. Go to the point of pain, but not into pain. You don't have to push anything. That's gonna be kind of the recurring theme in this whole video, is that we just wanna keep things nice and relaxed. We don't wanna aggravate anything, especially, nerve pain is really easy to set off. So we're gonna try to avoid that as much as we possibly can. 3, 2, and 1, and that's that radial and ulnar deviation exercise. Next, let's get into some stretches. So now I'm going to do a wrist flexor stretch, start on a 2-minute timer, and I'm going to pull my fingertips back this way towards my body. So again, just a nice comfortable stretch, keep it as pain-free as possible. We're gonna stretch all through the forearm muscles, these wrist flexors right here on the bottom side of my arm. I'm gonna hold that one for 20 seconds, and now I'm gonna come down in this position. With my other hand, I'm gonna grab the back of my hand and just introduce a little bit of a stretch in that position right there until we get a good comfortable stretch all through the back of the arm. Now with this one, well, actually in 3, 2, 1, we're gonna go back to the other way like this. So we're gonna go 3 times 20-second holds in each direction. With this one, the stretch will be enhanced if you hold your elbow out in an extended position like this. And so you can do this one down at your side, but with this one, I would recommend that we come up into this elbow extended position. There's 20 seconds. Now we're gonna come right back down this way, because that's going to, again, facilitate that stretch a little bit more. Now, this one has potential to aggravate the symptoms a little bit, especially as we get up into the wrist flexor stretch, or this wrist extension stretch in this direction right here. So once again, keep that comfortable, keep that as pain-free as possible. What you should notice, if you do this consistently over time, this is a routine that you can run through 2, 3 times a day. And what you should notice is that as you get better and as you improve your mobility, 3, 2, 1, and one more time. As your mobility improves, your carpal tunnel symptoms should decrease and your tolerance to these exercises should increase. And so you'll notice more range of motion with less pain the more consistent that you are with this routine. 3, 2, and 1, and then we're gonna get into one of my favorite carpal tunnel stretches. What you're going to do is extend your arm with your palm up. With this hand, if you can, I want you to hook your thumb over here on this side and then pull back and extend through your wrist. I'm gonna set a 1-minute timer on this. If that is too aggressive, if that sets off, basically what we're doing is we're biasing the stretch to that thumb side of my hand. You're gonna feel a good stretch right through this part right here as you pull in that position. If that's too aggressive, well, and then we're gonna hold that for 20 seconds, 3, 2, 1, relax, give it a break for a second, and then we're gonna get back into it, hold for another 20 seconds. If you don't like the way that one feels, what you can do is just grab these 2 fingers right over here. So I've got my pointer finger and my middle finger, and I'm gonna pull on those. Some people find that a little more comfortable. If that's still too aggressive, bring your hand into this position, hook the thumb, and then pull the thumb back this way. So this is kind of the beginner version of the stretch. The 2 finger would be kind of the intermediate version, and then the thumb side would be the advanced version of that. So 3 times 20-second holds, and we've got that in 3, 2, 1, just like that. Next, we're going to get into some tendon glides. We need to mobilize those tendons that move the fingers in order to create more space. So I'm going to set a 1-minute timer, and what we're going to do is bring the hand vertical into this position, start on the timer, and then we're going to just bend the fingers down into this position and then right back up. So I'm keeping this first knuckle, this first joint right here extended, but I'm bending the other 2. They call those your interphalangeal joints. Yes, there will be a quiz on this later, but those are IP glides, so interphalangeal glides. And basically, we're working one of the tendons that moves right here through our carpal tunnel in that position. The goal is to just activate that tendon and that tendon only to get it moving and to, again, hopefully decrease some of that irritation that you might be experiencing in that carpal tunnel, or some of that compression on the nerve that you might be feeling in that carpal tunnel. And what I like to do is I'll just set a 1-minute timer on this, and so we're gonna go for 60 seconds. Looks like we've got about 5 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. And now we're going to go another tendon glide. This time it's in this position right here. So I'm keeping my IP joints, so my fingers are extended, but I'm bending right here at this joint. I'm gonna set another 1-minute timer, and then we're gonna do that one for 1 minute. Again, it's called a tendon glide, trying to move those tendons through that carpal tunnel to hopefully alleviate some of the stress. Once again, try to keep it in a pain-free range. If this is aggravating, you might just do these little motions initially until your tolerance to it improves. Maybe, or perhaps what you might find, what I see regularly with patients, is that even if we have to start small, kind of by the end of...
Wait, what?
Imagine bringing your side project to life
No,
just
what?
by thinking about it.
Kind of by the end of the 60 seconds. End of the 60-second time with some nerve glides. End of the 60-second. And so on these nerve glides, well, here, let's finish this out in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect, just like that. Now on these nerve glides, basically the nerve goes from your brain all the way to the tip of your finger. We want to stretch and mobilize that out. Phase 1 is going to be get into this position and extend your hand backwards. So my arm is extended out to my side, my elbow's straight, and I'm going to bend those fingers back into that position. Hold 1, 2, 3, and then come right back up. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and push start on that timer. We're gonna do this one for 1 minute. Extended and hold 1, 2, 3, and then come right back up. Now, if your symptoms are very severe and very acute, this is kind of where I like to start. Some of you, that might kind of recreate some of those symptoms. Keep it as pain-free as you can. For those of you who can tolerate a little bit more, what I want you to do is start to incorporate a head lean with it. So I'm going to lean my head towards the side that my fingers, or towards the side that's extended at the same time that my fingers are moving down. And what that does is creates a little bit more of a flossing motion through that nerve. That's kind of stage 2. If that one feels okay, what you can do is go into stage 3, where we're actually going to bend our head the opposite direction of your fingers. So as my fingers go down, my head bends in the opposite direction. What that's doing, that's creating a lot of tension in that nerve, creating a lot of stretch through that nerve. Super effective, but might be something that you have to work up to. Just like that for 1 minute, that was a 10-minute carpal tunnel routine. If you need more help with this type of pain from Tone and Tighten, check out this video right here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and would like to see more videos from me, hit the circle right here. I'd love to see you back for future videos. Hope this helps. Hope you feel better soon. Hope to see you soon here on Tone and Tighten. What's up, guys? Hey, Jared Beckstrand here, doctor of physical therapy, toneandtighten.com, and these are 8 simple exercises that you can do right at home to help alleviate your carpal tunnel symptoms immediately. Let's get into them right now.